Okay, as a person that used to be in paganism that spiraled into really bad witchcraft, I'm just telling you guys, I need to tell you something. There's a lot of deception out here, and people are like, it's not child sacrifice. It is, it's just modern. Like, I'm not trying to be whatever, but y'all, you need to understand there's witches like, ex-witches like me. Ex-blood witches that literally use the blood rituals for basic spells and witchcraft. Sorry, let me tone it down, but it's just like, we're trying to tell you, even like people who like didn't even believe in Jesus knew this. People who literally worship the devil knew this. Blood has power. And let me tell you, straight to the facts, I don't want no BS. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, no. Because when you are sacrificing your baby, either like, because you're shedding blood either way, guess what? When you get an abortion, guess what? Blood comes out. You're shedding blood. Like I said, Luciferians, Satanists, like people who worship the straight devil. They sacrifice animals because guess what? They're still blood being sacrificed. Even humans, they will do that. Full humans. Yes, there's a lot of people who go missing, especially down at the border. Like, I'm not even trying to make this about politics, but I'm saying that's the reason why they never show up again is because some of these people get a hold of them. Not all of them, but some of them. And they sacrifice them. But anyways, what I'm telling you is like when you shed the innocent blood of anybody, anything, especially. But the demon of child sacrifice is Moloch. People in the Bible, I'm not even trying, but I'm just saying history. The Aztecs, the Masons, whatever you call them, there was tribes of the Canaanites. Especially the Aztecs were really bad. But, so they obviously would burn their child alive in the fire, play drums to scream, to block out the screaming. I get it, like, you don't, like, it seems, that's why I really despise, like, healthcare, because it's deceiving on whether you believe or not, because, like, there's a lot, like I've said, there's mothers that have never, like, they don't believe in Jesus, but they can't, it's hard to think about, because they were lied to, just a very brief, like, even with birth control, when I got on mine, oh yeah, we could put it in, let's book an appointment. Barely nothing. They hand me a pamphlet, but guess what? How many of these girls didn't even read it? The side effects, nothing. If you're on birth control, like, I know it doesn't happen to a lot of people, but birth control, like, if you're on it for so long, it can make you sterile eventually. And then when you want to have a baby, there's a really lower chance of having one. And some people they're just infertile. Even if you're not a believer, just listen to me. No, research. Do your research. Because I'm telling you, bro, there's people out here that hated that they were on birth control. The depot shot I was on, I had to get off of it. Because my bone marrow mass was getting, like, it was getting weak. Like, it was shrinking. Like, I'm serious. I always had a calcium problem growing up. Like, I couldn't drink milk because I was lactose. So that really had an effect on me, like, when I got older. Like, my doctor, because I think you can be on it for, like, 5 years at max. Like the depot, like, and then they just cut you off because the bone marrow thing is just bad for your bones. But I had to get off of it after 2 years because mine was rapidly decreasing that bad. Like, it was that bad. I'm not trying to be whatever, guys. I'm just trying to tell you. It's your choice you want to do it or not. Like, with the birth control, with anything that I'm talking about. But know what you're doing. Okay? Like, I'm not trying to be whatever. But, like, a lot of, like, I don't even doubt if, like, some of these doctors out here, that they are, like, their blood witch is something themselves. Of course, they can't even talk about it. Just like you can't talk about being a believer in Jesus at a hospital, usually. You cannot talk about anything, what you worship, believe in. Unless, like I know Muslim, they have to wear their hijab. They make an exception for that. But I'm pretty sure you can't just, like, flat out tell people, try to get them into your religion or Christianity, whatever. Same with witches. I would not be surprised if a lot of these doctors' witches, like, that are just undercover blood witches, or in just a deep loose Satanism. Like, they're doing this stuff for their gain, and it honestly makes sense. Some of these abortion doctors, like, yes, there's some of them that are just successful, period, because, like, they're doing that, and the industry glorifies it. But I'm telling you, there are some of them that are honestly doing these as rituals to your child, to your baby, even if it's a clump of cells to you. I wouldn't put it past anything, and I know there's a lot of people who won't say that. It's not that hard to figure out, though. If you don't got to do it, your own sacrifice with your own, well, you are doing it with your own hands, but it's not something like you just do it by yourself. If If you can just do that, especially because blood witches, they'll use their own blood. But when you can use an innocent blood. I know that sounds horrible, but it's true. Put 2 and 2 together. Blood witches. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't even have to, you don't even need to do the ritual, saying chants, whatever. If you know that's what you're doing, Satan already knows what you're trying to do, and you just set your heart on it, yeah. When you take that, when you do the procedure as a doctor who is probably a blood witch undercover, I'm not saying all of them, some of them, they are gaining the power, wealth, and money. That's literally, bro. The power of the blood has life in it. There was this girl, I already reposted her. Forgot her name, but she's on my repost. But anyways, she was a blood witch. She manifested her house, her relationship, money, all of it with her own blood. Imagine how much more you could get with these babies. And I'm not saying this as an encouragement. I'm telling you this is a warning. People are evil, obviously. There are people who are just atheists that just don't believe in anything. I'm not saying they're evil, but everyone's angry. Of course, because you're human, you have emotions. I do believe it's completely demonic, because, I had a whole grocery list of disorders and mental disabilities I don't even act like anymore. Yeah, I still have a little bit of an anger issue, but I'm not depressed like I was, I'm not depressed, period, honestly. People think I'm so miserable, but not. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, do your research. Even if you don't believe, if you made it to this point, just do your research, please. Because the meds I was on, for Adderall, ADHD, I was numb, but it was at the price, I focused, but at the price of my emotions. A lot of these kids who are messed up in the head because they're on ADHD meds that obviously, cut off their emotional side, so they're not, you get what I mean? They can't even grieve well. Even when they go through something hard in life, it doesn't mean someone had to be gone, but when they can't even grieve well, it messes you up even more. I know, because I was there. But anyways, yeah, just, because in ancient civilizations, I promise you, if abortion was an option back then, they had the technology, they would, because these mothers, most of them, if they, I know there was one, in the mountains, this tribe in the mountains, they would actually leave their babies there to freeze to death. They walked away while it happened. These mothers, they didn't have a say back then, though. That's the difference. Today you have a say. Your body, your choice. Back then the mothers were forced to. Because they're leaders, they're kings, whatever they were under. Told them to. Because they needed crops in the rain. And it's kind of the same way today. Because I know there's some women who get abortions because either the dads threaten them. Or they're like, well, you need to. I'm going to pay for it. They're pressured. I'm not trying to say anything. I get people, even from if you had 1 to 50, Jesus came to save you. That's why I don't like these religious people. I can be sometimes harsh about it too, because I'm trying to get y'all to wake up about it. But Jesus came to save you, no matter how many you've done, no matter how much of selfish intent, if it was even ritualistic. Like I said, there's blood witches out there. I was almost a blood witch at one point. Yeah, he saved me, he can save you. If he saved these women who literally ritualistically did it with their own blood, even the ones who did it for rituals with their abortions, who were blood witches, guess what? Jesus came to save them too. He can save anybody. Look at Saul the Zealot. Paul in the Bible, a.k.a. He murdered Christians. But God still had a plan for him. In fact, he wrote most of the New Testament. God can use the unexpected. He used me as the unexpected. I didn't think I was expecting to be anything. But I'm just saying, Jesus loves you, okay? You don't have to believe. I'm just giving you the option. No one is too far gone. No one is too lost. You are loved. Okay? Jesus loves you.